Hello. These were the first machines that were introduced by Nespresso in North America way beyond 15 years ago, and I bought mine about 15 years. This is the D90, S for silver, and it's 110, 120 volts. And the other one, the C90, also C10, C101, C91, very similar. And as far as I'm concerned, these two machines are still the best. Reason? They are manual, so I can literally just turn off the pump here. Pump switch is missing on this one, and I can, on a single serving basis, decide how strong or long I want the coffee, and it just seems to be more control than the others. The automatic ones, I've got an automatic one as well, and it never quite makes it. I want more or less, and it's just programmed. You cannot fiddle with it at all. So. And these machines, if you keep repairing them, they'll last so far forever, more than 15 years. And I'm going to show you a couple things that typically go wrong. And you can, I think, if any technical skills you need, if you can use a voltmeter, you can use a soldering iron, you can probably fix these things in general. So I would say that the first problem you'll probably have is just opening it. So they've got these weird, they call them panhead screws. I'll just show you one. They're on the bottom. They look like a rivet when you're looking at them underneath. Hopefully I can focus this. There it is. It's shaped not round, but like a toilet seat. And there's no screwdrivers easily available out there. So you can buy this one on eBay or on Amazon. It's almost now $10 now. I got mine for $5 a long time ago, but that will work. Or you can get a pen, like a Bic pen, type kind of like, see if I have one on me. Yes, I do. You take the end of the pen, you pull out that black nib at the end, heat it up with a match or a lighter, and then put it on top of the head of that pen screw, and it'll form to it. Let it cool, and then you'll be able to open it. There's videos on here as well, on YouTube, I mean, that you can find on how to do that, those kind of things. This machine also, you should know that it's in Europe, it's numbered XN2100, XN2120, XN2140. It's the same machine. The repairs are the same. The only thing is the voltage is different, and this capacitor here is slightly different value. We'll get to that later, but that's the only difference, really. So, for symptoms, this one, the D90, I'll just tell you about this one first. The symptom here was I would turn it on with the red button on the side, and this would flash 3 times quick bursts, and then pause. 3 times quick burst, and then pause. Looked up on the internet a few places and found on some European websites that what needed to be done was these capacitors need to be changed. So these are the originals here. There's one large poly capacitor, safety capacitor. Hope you can see that there. It is 1 microfarad or 1,000 nanofarads. The European version has, I believe, 680 nanofarads in this spot, but the North American has 1 microfarad. The other one here is this is the original one. I took it out. Is the 220 nanofarad. You can find these on eBay, and I would definitely recommend buying them in the USA, because if you get them from Japan, they take forever to arrive. So I changed them on this one. It turned out this one didn't fix the problem. I'll talk about that later, but it did fix it on this, partly because I also changed the pump. Now, the pump that comes with this, they're all the same, very similar. This one is Invensys. You can see the voltage is the one for North America, and if you want to buy this to replace, it's like 40 or 50 bucks on Amazon or eBay. But it turns out that you can use another pump. They're both made in Italy. The other pump is an Olka EP5. This orange one here that came in, they rate it as 19 bar as far as pressure goes. This one that you can find on eBay here, it's inside, so I can't really show you directly, but EAP5, it's 20 497, and the specs are right here. You can see that it's a 15 bar pump, but the point is here that you only really need 9 bar. To the head at that Nespresso capsule, you only need 9 bar, so either one will work. One thing to note though, if you put this pump in, the AAP5, there on it, you'll see a diode marking like this on one of the terminals. Make sure that that is connected to the black wire, the pump wire on the circuit board inside, because otherwise you won't ruin it by reversing it, but it won't work. It's a directional diode electronic component, so it's got to be put in the right way. The other thing I wanted to note to you was that on this one, the original, there were some wires coming from these leads here. They come off quite easily, but you can use that wire and you can remove it. There's actually some kind of either fuse or some kind of varistor that was in there. Carefully pull that out, and you can use those wires to clip to this new pump so that you can put it back, and quite easily, I don't even think I even remembered even soldering it or anything, to the leads of the old pump, and that fixed this completely. Now on this one, you can see here I've already changed the button here. The power button was not working. If you can open it up with a voltmeter, I found that the connection was not taking place. Sometimes that carbon, there's a piece of strip of carbon material that makes contact on some capacitor of some type and stopped working. So I just replaced it, and off we went. Now the latest problem. The button on this side, which is the button that is used to start the pump, was not working. So I figured it was just a button. I opened it up and checked the circuit here to see if it was closing, or when I was pushing the button without any power on it. You can just use a continuity meter or ohm meter and check that, and it was good. It worked. So it closed the circuit down into the circuit board, but it never turned the pump on. And the pump leads are this black one here, the second one, and the line or the power in coming in is this one here. The first one I put an alligator clip on there, you'll see. So my plan now is to replace that button, but I'm going to leave the light, the little LED on within a separate hole so I can see when the boiler is at temperature. So this is the switch, momentary contact, same as the other side I used there. You can get this on Amazon for a few bucks. It is, the hole I believe is 10 millimeters is the size of this. I think this hole may be 12 millimeters, so it does fit in there quite nicely. And I'm just going to turn it on now and show you what I'm intending to do. You can see that the LED is starting to heat now. It's going to take a couple minutes. I'm just going to pause it here. Okay, the light is now solid, which means the boiler, which is just under here, is at the correct temperature. Now what would happen is I would push the button here and it would not work. And again, I checked the continuity. The button was good. So something's wrong in this circuit. Maybe it's that triac component. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm going to make this very simple. I'm just going to have a new button in there, and it's just going to simply connect this lead, the power lead, the last connector here, to the pump. So you notice I've got a piece of wire with an alligator clip. The pump will start now when I just hear that. So that means the pump is good, the power is good. So I'm just going to run a wire, 2 wires, that is, from these 2 leads, the second and the fourth, to a new button so that I can start it and stop it manually. And that's going to solve it. And all this circuitry, heck, you probably don't even need half of it. Okay, hope that helps. One other thing, if you need to remove the circuit board, to remove these, you're going to need a Torx screw. A Torx number T10. T10 is the one you need. This type of, let's see if you can see it here. It's a Torx. Hopefully that's in focus. There, you need a Torx screw for that. T10. That's it. Hope that helps.